And here we are again. That's right. Whatever Buddy Wednesday is back. Ryan and Jonny are going to touch on some cool topics this week, like road rage. They seem to think people have lost their minds during this pandemic. And beefs. Not like a ribeye, but like people beef. So as we like to say, stand up, grab a Sam Adams, some jerky, you jerk, that side of angry sauce, and let's get down to it. So with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny.
Hey, I like your colorful finger again. You look like fruit.
Thanks. It's a double. Okay, dude, like, we can talk about it. I fucking rip my finger, the same finger in the same effing place every time, which will explain why I got, yeah. But let me give you an example.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
No. So
I thought you were going to weigh on the drums.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Johnny Udell, Mercury Riots, model, of course.
Customized, available in the merch store.
Yeah. I think this is a warp stick. It's funny. This is my left hand, obviously. And if you notice, I've got two Band-Aids. I got an orange and a green. And usually I'll just have one on this finger and one on that finger. But there's two here because I got a rip in the lower part of this pinky and I got a rip in the upper part of this pinky. And what happens, and it's on my snare drum hand, so it's not even like my most used hand, but I think what's happening, because I'll feel when it happens, dude.
Following you.
I'll do a rim shot on the snare drum, and I think this...
Explain to the people what that is.
Yeah. A rim shot is when I hit the snare drum in the center of the head and the rim at the same time to make a loud sound that every bandmate has complained about.
It's very loud.
Questions about that. But because this is my grip, it's loose. We do the fulcrum, you know. You'll be able to see your finger right there.
101. Yeah.
So these two fingers do all the work. So it bounces off of this pinky. So when I hit the snare, sometimes it'll just fucking hit so hard and bounce off of my finger, and I'll feel the rip happen. And I felt it yesterday when this happened.
Next time you tell that story, here's what you do. Say, the stick hit my finger and my finger cut open.
Yeah, but, you know, that's not true.
So your finger didn't hit the actual rim. It was like the stick bouncing off of the drum onto your finger.
No, yeah. It was the stick bouncing off that. I think it's the vibration of the stick.
Do you ever crank your finger between the rim and your stick?
Look at my knuckles. There's fucking scars all over my knuckles.
So it has
Look at this right here. This cut right there was for grabbing it. We were playing LaGrange on the last tour. That was like the cover of choice for that tour. And the band part, I grabbed the cymbal.
Grabbing the cymbal?
And it got caught in between my fucking fingers. And this thing happened on the first show of the last tour, and it was just a thorn in my side all day, or the whole tour, because there's no way to get the Band-Aids to stick. So it had gotten to a point where I put a butterfly here, and then two of these single ones around each butterfly on each side so it would stay in place. And you know what? It still wouldn't fucking stay in place.
Do you want to know the dumbest thing that I've ever done, ever in my life? The dumbest thing I've ever done?
A podcast with me?
Oh, it's a valid point. Second dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. It was my first band. And Jason Levis, if you're listening. Jason Levis, if you're listening, this involves you. I don't know what I was thinking. I just was playing music and I was having fun and I was caught in the moment or whatever. And I walked up to the drums and I bit his cymbal. You know?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I led this with saying, what's the dumbest thing in my life I've ever done? And as I did that, he goes and he hits the cymbal.
Oh man, that must have sucked.
And when I think back on it, it should have shattered my teeth. It should have shattered my teeth. But I think maybe
good teeth health.
I think I saw him going for the cymbal just at the last minute, and I backed away just enough that it didn't completely shatter all my teeth.
That's pretty dumb. You know,
and then afterwards, I was like, "Why would you hit the cymbal, dude?" And he probably was. He's playing his part.
Well, he probably wasn't paying attention. That's what he does.
Typical Ryan Harris. Try to blame somebody else for my dumb action.
Well, at least you're trying to blame somebody else. Talking about dumb actions, let's talk about Sonny. I love you, Sonny, and he was our guest 2 weeks ago.
Hey, theme of the podcast. Let's shit talk our friends.
Well, sometimes our friends need to use their brains a little bit. When it comes down
I just
to
told a
it,
story where I needed to use my brain a little bit.
well, yeah, like I said, my friends need to use their brains a little bit.
Got it. Follow you.
So, you had given me, when I got my new computer and I got a new hard drive when we started with this podcast, you downloaded all of this stuff onto my hard drive. That was all this Warner Drive footage. And every couple of months, I go into a rabbit hole. Like tours going all the way back to 2011. And every couple of months, I'll start a new year and start looking at all the tours of that year. Well, I stumbled upon...
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. This stuff's amazing. I stumbled upon April and August of 2017. And I noticed something that Sonny, and I remembered when I saw the video, I was like, oh God, yeah, Sonny did that every night. We would play the song, right? And we would get to the guitar solo, and it has all those jumps, just like rhythmic jumps. In the solo, Sonny would come over to me every show. And I learned right away he was doing this, so I didn't hit the cymbal like your dude did. But I would hit the right one, and he would hit the left one with his head every time. While playing bass, we'd hit those hits together, but he would bang his head into the cymbal and use his head to hit the cymbal during the guitar solo of every night.
Cut your head open. Could probably cut your head open doing that.
Probably give him some fucking concussion. You're hitting your head against a piece of metal. Hard. Yeah. I love you, Sonny.
Actually, that's kind of cool. If I was watching somebody do that, I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, it looks great. It would make me play even with more energy than I already play with.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor, buddy?
Yeah.
Say hi to the people.
You got a valid point there. Hello,
Say hi to
people.
the people.
Hello to the people. Again, I forgot. And Ryan did too until now. He's just saving face by reminding me to say hello. Hello, hello, and hello. I hope everybody's doing well today.
Last week we straight up didn't even address people.
Well, we didn't have anything to address in general, if I'm correct.
We were winging it. Off the cuff.
But I wanted to talk to you about something that's driving me nuts out there.
Okay.
The pandemic is making people act fucking weird, dude. Like, no lie. Dude, people are doing weird shit out there.
More so than normal?
More so than normal. I think it's because obviously we're coming out of being, in the hole for fucking 18 months or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm at the Rite Aid yesterday, and for those of you who might be living in another country and doesn't know what Rite Aid is, it's basically a pharmacy.
Okay.
Who
doesn't know what Rite Aid is?
Well, they don't have Rite Aid outside of America. For example, in England or the UK, it would be Boots. Yeah. So I'm there yesterday, and I'm waiting in line at the pharmacy to purchase some at-home test kits for COVID. My girl was having some symptoms. She came up negative, thank goodness. Twice. It's funny.
Did you think that you gave it to her?
No,
you're
not
not
at
contagious
all,
anymore.
I'm not contagious anymore. So no, I did not give it to my girlfriend. Had she gotten it, she got it from work or school or something. But she doesn't, and it's cool. And we bought that kit. She spent 20-something fucking bucks on it. And then she got home. She got the email from the test she took at her school the other day. And she's negative. 2 negative tests yesterday. So the point of this is I'm standing in line. And there's this guy. He's dressed nice. He's got nice clothes on, brand new shoes. And I'm standing there, and he was already there when I rolled up. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, no problem. What's going on? And I'm hearing what's going on. And what's going on is this guy's asking for a prescription they do not have. And the lady's being really cool about it. So then the longer I'm standing there, I don't know what he was asking for. But I suspect I know what he was asking for after I just hung out there for a few more minutes watching this unfold. This guy, as I take notice, is having trouble standing up and keeping his balance. And I'm like, oh, wait a second here. This guy's a fucking drug addict. This dude's on opiates, and he's trying to get opiates here at the drugstore. So then they keep telling him they don't have it. At this point, he notices there's somebody standing. Well, that's what he said he did. He said he did, but they're saying we never got it. And the lady's being really cool. She's like, if you want to go give him a call or, she knows what she's dealing with because the longer I watch, the more I see this guy swaying. I'm like, man, this guy's a fucking straight up junkie. And you would have never thought because, unfortunately, we have a stereotypical vision of what a drug addict like that would look like. And this guy did not look like that at all. But His body language was telling me that. And at this point, he noticed there's somebody standing behind him. Nobody's standing behind me. I'm standing behind him, 6 feet apart, of course, playing by the rules. He looks back at me, normal. He just kind of takes a glance back just to see who's standing behind him. Then he goes back, and the woman goes, October 10th is your birthday? He goes, no, September 10th. So that was like, I was like, oh God, this guy's fucking trying to pull a real quick one. Like he's trying to pull a quick one. But this is where shit got weird. I could see him getting upset with this woman that they weren't giving him the prescription. And I could see her trying to defuse. And this is where it freaked me out. Standing there, he already looked at me once. Second time he looks at me with this real evil look. His head is down, for those of you listening. His head's down. He just turns his head slightly and glances at me out of the corner of his eye with his head down. Very fucking horror movie looking like. And at that moment, the hair on the back of my neck stands up, and I think to myself, okay, this guy's about to lose his fucking shit. And how do I know I'm not in one of those bad place or wrong time situations? You know, guy pulls out a gun, starts shooting people. I should Google it right now to see if anything happened there after I left. But at that moment, when he looked at me that way, he looked back at the pharmacist. I nonchalantly, as unpanicked as I could be, turned around and went looking for my girlfriend. I can't find her where I had left her at. And then I look, and she's walking right towards that guy. And I call out her name. She comes, she gets me. We start walking towards the front door. As we're walking to the front door, the pharmacy's calling for backup in the front of the store, like, blah, 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 come back to the pharmacy right away, please. And then I'm standing there, and as this is happening, as I walked away,
like
the guy starts...
calling coworkers or calling the police?
Coworkers. Well, I mean, they probably called the police, but that wouldn't be over the loudspeaker.
Right. Yeah,
as I nonchalantly turned around and walked away, I heard the dude start screaming. And I'm like, oh, God, shit's getting bad. So I'm trying to walk around the store the long ways so maybe the guy will leave, I can get back in line and get what it was I was there for. I get to the front of the store, and the cash register woman, she says to me, she goes, what's going on back there? And as she asked me that, this dude starts screaming, and he's saying stuff at this point, and I don't know what it was because I was a bit startled. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, I just got to get the fuck out of here. I just said to the woman, I said, the guy, they're not filling his prescription. And I walked out. And when I was walking out, this lady and her like 3-year-old little boy were walking in. And I just said to the woman, I go, hey, listen, just so you know, there's some crazy guy in there right now, like kind of losing it. And she looked at me like I was the crazy one.
At first you want to say like, oh, LA's getting seedy, LA's going to shit. But it's like, it's not just, it's everywhere, buddy, you know?
Well, I'm not saying it isn't everywhere. I just happen to live in Los Angeles.
No, I'm saying like at first you think like, oh, well, LA is going to shit and I got to get out of there or whatever. All this crazy stuff's going on, but it's like, it's everywhere.
You know, here's some, some weight news. So as we talked about before, weight news, like in my weight, you know.
Oh, your weight. My bad.
My weight
I didn't
news.
understand you.
So I when I had the COVID over in the Scotland, I lost 6 pounds during that week because I just couldn't eat. What's that?
You've mentioned that.
Yeah. I've gained back 5 of them, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Well, that's good.
I was hitting unhealthy weight. Like I was just like, dude,
Did you gain back 5 pounds? Did you gain back 5 pounds by eating well though, or did you gain back 5 pounds because you're just like, finally I have my appetite back, I'm gonna eat shit?
Yeah, it was more like that. I got back to America, and well, here's the thing. Let's call it how it is. And we talked about it before. Nuggy Nugs. I fell off the wagon off of my diet while on tour because it's hard to maintain it out there.
It's okay. Happens.
Yeah, but I still need to get back on it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But I don't mind right now because I had lost so much weight that it had gotten to a point where it was like I couldn't really afford to lose 6 more pounds, and I did. So I've gotten back 5 of those 6. So I'm okay with it. I'm still under 150.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, dude, that's not. And you're, how tall are you? You're like 5'11"?
5'10".
5'10". 5'10", 150. Like, you don't have to worry about your weight.
Yeah, 5'10", 149. 148 because I gained back 5 of those pounds. I need to get to one. I want to go to 153. That's my comfort zone. I'll deal with 150.
153, maybe you'll have an ass.
That ain't ever going to happen. I've never had one. Never going to get one.
Never had one. Never going to get one. Look. No, we don't need to do. We don't need to.
No ass. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. 153. No S there. No
Straight
S.
up keeping that in there, buddy.
I don't care. There's no S. I didn't show balls.
155, you'll have a set of balls on you, too.
Let's watch a funny road rage video. Do you have one for me, Ryan Harris? Because
I do.
I'd love to laugh.
I found this video and I thought it was hilarious, and I don't know why. I'll just play it. I thought it was funny enough that I actually wrote out what they're saying, and after the video, I want you to read the transcript of this video as though it were a book. This must be good
if you took the. Let me just make this clear for anybody. Ryan Harris, who's a busy man, took extra time to write out a transcript. This must be funny. This must be funny. Let's hear it.
Because I want to hear this video read by Johnny U as though it were a book.
Okay, let's do it.
It's for my personal daily entertainment.
You are fucking, you fucking, you bloody bastard, bitch, fuck you, bloody, fucking mother, bloody, fuck, bitch, you fuck you fucking bloody bastard, Bainchod, bloody, you bloody, no, but bloody, no, bloody fucking,
accident, then what you wanna do?
Why you fuck me, I fuck you, bloody, bloody bastard, fucking running like lady, eh? Bloody.
You got him.
Fuck, man. fucking now shout at me, innit? Why are you shouting at me?
Because I am going to the work. If you don't do it, do the other place.
That's amazing.
I would like to explain why that's funny to me, because I'm not trying to be ignorant, but like obviously those gentlemen are bilingual and English is not their first language. But the thing that struck me so funny.
Where do you think they were from?
Oh, they seem to be Indian, right?
Well, they're Indian, but I like they sound like they're British.
Yeah, I don't know. But what was funny to me, I couldn't stop thinking that it has to exist that there are Americans in a foreign country speaking a second language that's not English, and they're butchering it just like that. So say you're in Germany and you're having like German road rage with another American speaking German. I don't know. Like I'm making it complex, but like that has to have happened, right?
Yeah, well, like two American guys yelling at each other in German and German road rage.
And then you see a German guy in the background like just laughing because they're not speaking German properly.
Well, think about that. If you and I were yelling at each other in German, and it's not our first language, it would probably be hilarious to a German watching us.
What's the German word for bloody Bainchod?
Yeah, I don't know. What's bloody Bainchod mean? Did you look that up?
Bainchod. Actually, I didn't. What does Bainchod mean? Oh, hang on. Johnny, please read what Bainchod means.
Bainchod, wow. Bainchod, a popular Hindi curse word meaning to fuck your sister. It's used very often in India, and most of the time when it's said, its literal connotation isn't taken seriously. Hey, I stole your chicken curry. You're such a fucking Bainchod.
If it comes from Urban Dictionary, it's got to be accurate, right?
Okay, so do you have this transcript for me to read?
Yeah, dude, read the transcript. The black text is the guy outside the car, and the red text is the guy inside the car. And let me tell you, the guy inside the car won the argument.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely seemed that way.
This is an audition for you, okay? You're trying out for the role of one of these two gentlemen.
But you want me to read it like a book.
Pays really well. I want you to read it as dramatic as possible.
Read it like a love novel.
Yes. Well put.
Okay.
Exactly.
Here we go. You are fucking. You are fucking. You are fucking, you bloody, you fucking. Fuck you, booty, bastard bitch. You. Bloody fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch. You. Fucking bloody bastard. Bainchod bloody. Bainchod you. You blastard. No, but, it, why, bloody no, bloody fucking. If accident, what you gonna do? Why you fuck me? I fuck you bloody. Bloody bastard. Fucking. Running like a lady. Bloody. What the fuck, man? Fucking. No shout at me, Annette.
They finally got to the point at the end.
Yeah. Like, yo, you're not going to fuck me, Annette. Is Annette his name?
I don't know.
That's amazing. That's amazing stuff there, though. That's amazing stuff. Because you know what?
It just shows that whenever you're pissed off, like, you're just in a rage. Can I call you Blastard?
Yeah, I like that. Is that going to be on the next Motley Crue record? It's a continuation of Bastard, Blastard.
That's a deep track reference, but yeah, we'll go with it.
I don't care if you call me a bloody Bainchod, though, either. Bloody fuck your sister.
Let's change the subject, dude. There's a video of Conor McGregor throwing out a first pitch.
Who's Conor McGregor, for those who don't know? Because until you explained that to me, I had no idea who that guy was.
He's a UFC fighter, and he's quite popular. But he threw out a first pitch. I don't know. This video is like, it's kind of like out there. A lot of people have talked about it. I'm not trying to act like this is original. I just thought it was funny. Look at this first pitch.
For those who don't know, baseball has a tradition here in America. Somebody important or somebody famous or done something nice or special for the city, they'll have them come out and throw the very first pitch of the game, and it doesn't count.
At a baseball
Obviously,
game.
The game hasn't started. It's a baseball game. There's just a ceremony where this famous person or whoever that person is comes out and throws a pitch to the catcher of the baseball team while everybody looks. And in most cases, it doesn't end pretty.
Well, sometimes it does, but this time it did not. And so the Chicago Cubs had Conor McGregor come and throw the first pitch out. And this is a video that has been out there the past couple of days.
He looks like he's about to burst out of his fucking suit, this guy. He's a monster.
It's a tight suit.
Yeah. That guy's got an ass, unlike myself.
Whoa,
where the hell was he throwing that ball? He threw it into the stands. At least he had power behind it, right?
Your first pitch. Tell me your thoughts.
The most devastating first pitch ever seen in the iconic Wrigley Field.
He doesn't care.
Where is Conor McGregor from?
Oh, he's from Ireland. So they don't have baseball over there. I mean, yeah, they don't have baseball. So it's like it'd be like you going to Ireland and
trying to play rugby,
playing cricket, or it's just a sport that we don't have here. But this isn't his first bad throw. A couple of years back, he was at the Super Bowl.
Do they do like a first pitch thing at the Super Bowl?
No, he was just goofing around. Watch this.
You can already tell his trajectory's all fucked up.
Give me an idea what you think of his arm ability.
The hell is he doing? See, is a shot put, dude? Is he doing a shot put? Is that what they call that thing where you fucking
shot put?
Right?
It looked like he threw a shot put. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. For such an athletic guy, he's got no athletic ability.
Yeah, it just like one sport doesn't translate to the other sometimes, you know.
Do you have any other examples of athletes throwing out the first pitch who didn't do so well?
Let's check out some other bad first pitches. Oh, wow.
Carly Rae Jepsen. Who is she? Canadian pop star.
He's a singer. Oh, Carl Lewis.
No,
okay,
he's
so track athlete.
He's an athlete. He won an Olympic gold medal. Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Just moments ago, Mayor Mark Mallory delivered the first pitch.
Well, you don't expect a mayor. He's a mayor.
Well, it'd be pretty impressive if the mayor could pull it off. Let me ask something, just because they're not
Michael Jordan.
Okay,
so Michael Jordan has a bad first pitch.
Former baseball player.
He played baseball, so why? This is the first one. This is the first one that is surprising. And he's in Chicago.
Michael Jordan, he played baseball.
He played baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, well, in the minors, he never made it to the majors. They probably only took him because they knew he would sell tickets.
Yeah. Whatever.
He was in the center field.
Obama.
He lives in a White House, has 2 first dogs.
And throws them at the first row.
So good.
Sorry to anybody listening, but if you're watching, this is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. Nolan Ryan is a pitcher.
He's like a famous pitcher. One of the best.
Yeah. A little
not
outside.
Anymore. His hips seem to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess you just lose it. Huh? Baba Booey.
What are you thinking right now?
Oh, he's like...
He seemed bummed. Oh, 50 Cent. Oh, God, that was real bad.
Gotta flick that wrist, Fitty.
All right, John Wall, he's a basketball player, right? He won the NBA dunk contest. He can dunk a ball, but he can't throw one.
Threw a grounder. Who's this? Miss Texas. That's just cute.
Miss Texas. Yeah, she should stick with Miss Texas because she has a terrible throw. Do you have any celebrities that are good at throwing the first pitch?
I didn't find any celebrities that are good, but I found a video of like the best first pitches. It's just like random people. Made me think. You take a guy like Michael Jordan, you take a guy like Nolan Ryan, professional athletes, you think they're at least
Nolan Ryan, just for the records, it said he was in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and he's
a Hall of Fame pitcher.
He played till like he was 50 or some crazy.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher, and he's on the list of the top 10 worst first pitches. That's funny.
Oh, and not just on the list of the top 10, he's like number 3 of the worst ever. It's fucking great. That's great.
Right next to Obama and 50 Cent. But check out some of these good ones. It's a nun.
Sister Mary Jo.
Throws a heater.
Wow, that wasn't a heater. That was a curveball.
Jerry Seinfeld. I guess he's famous, but he's not an athlete.
Not at all. But, you know, we seem to see a lot from the Mets. And all the other ones from the Mets were 50 Cent and stuff. They were bad.
Yeah, Mets do it a lot.
Oh, nice wind-up.
Yeah, that's a strike.
Look at that.
Very nice.
Had a little run to that fastball.
That's cool. Jerry Seinfeld with a strike. Straight up strike.
And the nun with the curveball.
The nun. She did the little bouncy off the bicep
it
thing.
wasn't a curveball. That was a sinker. Because it was straight. A curveball would have turned. It totally was a fucking sinker. That's crazy. Hey, getting back to the shit talking, did you know that Conor McGregor last week or the week before at one of those award shows tried
VMAs
to punch Machine Gun Kelly?
He didn't try to punch him. He threw a drink at him.
Oh, he threw a drink at him. Whatever the case is. There was a problem. But apparently, from what you tell me, Machine Gun Kelly has a thing about talking shit to people. So I found it kind of interesting that we could, tie that bad pitch from Conor McGregor right on into Machine Gun Kelly. Who, by the way,
master of segues. I think the shit talking is all planned. I think it's all planned and scripted. I think he's a smart dude that uses it for his own promotion because, like, a couple months back, right? A couple months back, he did that. He had that thing with Eminem where like they both put out diss songs. It helped them both. And then like a couple days ago, he was shit talking Slipknot. I guess his latest album, Corey Taylor was supposed to write or help him write a song.
Corey Taylor's in Slipknot.
Yeah, Corey Taylor's singer of Slipknot. So the argument goes back and forth. Machine Gun Kelly's side of it, he said on Twitter that like the song was a piece of shit. He didn't want to use it. And on Corey Taylor's end of it, he replied on Twitter again, Twitter trolling, saying, "Well, what they were going for isn't really what I do, so I just like opted out. Hey, go find another guy." Corey Taylor ends. I guess he had the last word on Twitter by saying, "I hate artists who fail in one genre and decide to go rock." I think he knows who he is, but that's another story. So they're just shit talking back and forth. And then on Sunday, Machine Gun Kelly.
About? Who said what there?
We just says, and I think he knows who he is. So he didn't.
That's
name
Corey Taylor.
In particular.
So just to educate me a little bit here, was Corey Taylor a rapper who went rock or a rock guy who went rap?
Machine Gun Kelly is a rap guy who went rock on his latest album. He'll probably go back. He does all kinds of. He's kind of. He'll write a rock song one day and a rap song the next day. He's kind of that. That's who he is. So they were playing Riot Fest in Chicago a couple days ago, and they're both on stage at the same time, different stages, Slipknot and Machine Gun Kelly. And Machine Gun Kelly says, "Hey, you all know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing? Being 50 years old, wearing a mask, wearing a weird mask on stage."
That's a cool mask, though, that he had on.
Yeah, Slipknot's awesome. But
how do you can't? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense, though, Ryan. Think about this. Machine Gun Kelly's ragging on a guy who's had a hell of a fucking career, and he's 50.
Right,
yeah,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's 50 and he's wearing a mask, but he was also doing that at 20. That was their shtick, and that's how they made money. It's no different than that bright red suit he's wearing. What's the difference?
Which all leads me to my point is that they're just doing it to promote. So I think, Johnny, the next album we put out, we got to get a list of people to call out. We got to shit talk.
Can we start by shit talking you?
Well, no, I'm saying we gotta come together and we gotta call people out. We'll say it's better than freaking.
So
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. I mean, how do you rag on Keith Urban?
That's what we do. We call out country artists, dude.
Right, because we know nothing about.
Because we'll put a rock album out and we'll be like, we'll talk down on country, even though I like a lot of it. Don't like a lot of it as well.
Country is the most listened to music in America.
Right. So our promotional plan of shit talking the current most popular genre, I think it could work.
What's funny, dude? Growing up in Philadelphia, country music wasn't a thing at all. We didn't even have a country radio station that I know of. For whatever reason, there's a couple of things in the Northeast that doesn't happen. We're not really into like college football, and we're not really into country music that I know of. But then again, I'm completely wrong, because then I see somebody like Keith Urban, they'll go and they'll play at the Philadelphia Eagles stadium, sell it out to 80,000 people. And I'm thinking to myself, 80,000 people? Who the fuck is this guy? I mean, Keith Urban I've heard of, but I've heard it with dudes that I've never heard of before. And I'm like, wow, man, I'm just so out of touch with the country world. So, yeah, Keith Urban, I'll talk shit about Keith. Why not?
Yeah. That was a long-winded way of just being like, dude, I agree with you.
Well, why be that easy? I don't ever make things easy. I'm a real difficult man. So what happened with him what happened with McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly at this VMAs or wherever they were at?
There's a video that I'm not going to pull it up, but it's just like, you can't really tell what's going on. Conor McGregor's wearing a pink suit and he throws a drink in the air and in his direction. And none of them have really said like what went down, but I guess the consensus from what I read on the Twitter trolls is that Megyn Kelly is a fan of Conor McGregor's, and I guess they were messaging, or one of them messaged the other, something like that.
What's Machine Gun Kelly connection there?
Megan Fox is his girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Do people care about this? We're just two more dummies promoting them. It works. See, it works. We're talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't look thrilled, but we're still talking about it.
Well, I mean, really, I don't listen. I care what our people who listen to our podcast think, but I'm going to talk about what we talk about. So whether they care or not really my problem. If you don't care, turn it off.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're either with us or you're against us. Make your decision.
You decide. Your choice.
You know what I think I might buy that's a little bit pricey? Sam Adams has a beer that's illegal 15 states.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Why is this?
Okay, so most beer is what, like 5% ABV? What's ABV? Alcohol by volume?
Something like that.
By volume?
Yeah.
So like 5%. Like you get some of those Christmas ales, they're like 10, 11%, and you proceed with caution, Sam Adams has a beer that you can get October 11th, illegal in 15 states, that's 28% ABV. Yeah.
And it's normally 5. Let me ask you something. What's a vodka? Like, I want to try to put this in perspective.
What's a what?
Vodka. What's the alcohol per volume with a vodka?
So wine's like 12% ABV. Vodka, they do proof in vodka. How does proof translate to ABV? So like 90 proof. What would 90 proof be in alcohol by volume?
90 proof in ABV. That's 45%.
45. Okay, so it's like...
It's almost to vodka status.
Right.
What about hard seltzer?
But here's the thing. You don't drink a glass of vodka. Well, usually.
let's just do a regular Sam Adams beer. Sam Adams.
It's going to be like 5 or 6.
Oktoberfest ABV. Let's see what that is.
It's
what
5
is
or 6.
The ABV of 5 or 6? It's 5.3.
Okay. So 28% ABV.
Is that a dark beer, this 28%?
From what I read, here, let me show you, buddy. Sam Adams' new beer is illegal in 15 states. It almost looks... It almost looks more of like a liquor bottle, but it's beer.
Like a liquor bottle, like a cognac bottle, like an after dinner.
Like a liqueur, yeah. And that's what it's described as being more like. The brewers at Sam Adams are raising glass to a highly anticipated release, October 11th. They describe it here somewhere, 28% alcohol by volume.
The percentage was almost 6 times what the National Institute of Health considers to be a standard in a regular 12-ounce beer, which is 5% ABV, and more than double the percentage of a typical 5-ounce glass of wine, 12%.
Yeah. So once again, proceed with caution. It's illegal in Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Vermont, Utah, and West Virginia. It says Utopia... That's the name of it. Utopia is unlike pretty much any other beer in the market. It's not carbonated because alcohol levels would devour any CO2. The taste is akin of a fine liquor with sweetness like a port or cognac and a smooth, almost buttery malt-filled finish. So like you said, it's kind of like a cognac.
Interesting.
I want to try it, but it's $250. Can I take podcast money out to buy that bottle and then like make it a business expense of some sort?
Absolutely. You got to just ship me some of that shit.
Yeah, I'll get you some too. You can get one too. It's fine. Let's wrap this episode up. What do you say?
Okay. What do we got here? Say the first thing that comes to your mind. Let's do it.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. I think you know the game. We're going to throw some fast questions at each other. We got to answer them. So, Ryan, what would you say your worst road rage incident is? Go.
I can honestly say I've never had one.
Interesting.
I've been mad behind the wheel. Everybody gets irritated. And so, you know what helped me, dude? I'll tell you, this is actually God's honest truth. I was having road rage one time, and this car was like going slow or something. I don't know, whatever. And I like passed them. I was like, get out. You know, I didn't say anything, but I was just like, I was thinking like, this is annoying. And I looked over and it was like, an old lady. I had 2 thoughts. One, that's someone's mom. And then I thought, if somebody passed my mom in a car and was aggressive towards my mom, I would want to kill that person, naturally. And I thought, that's someone's mom. And that sank in with me from that point on. I don't get road rage.
You're a better man than me. Let me just say that I hate using the horn because I feel like the horn is just like sending as much bad energy into the universe at one time as possible.
Yeah.
And then I'll just fucking find myself just being like patient behind somebody who's just driving like a fucking straight up dick. It's like, come on, go. And then eventually I'll lose my shit and I'll fucking lay on the horn. And then I'll get done laying on the horn and be like, God damn it, it got me.
Speaking of rage, Johnny, what's worse? Your road rage, your parking rage, or your when ordering takeout food goes wrong rage?
Wow. That's a tough one.
It's a loaded question. I came in with the heat.
It is a loaded question. You came in with the heater, speaking of baseball. They're all different because like road rage can be contributed by me being hungry, which would be food rage. But if I had to give the winner to anything, and what's wrong with this is it's usually my own fault. But I'd have to say ordering takeout rage is probably the worst for me. It's so hard to fuck up my food, but they fuck it up all the time. Why is it hard? I'll give you an example. If I order a hamburger, it's real simple. Patty, bun, nothing else. Why does this have cheese on it? Did I say fucking cheese? I didn't say cheese. Just make it plain. Nothing in it. You don't need to add anything to my shit. So if I get home and it's fucked up, I get so pissed because I'm hungry, which causes the road rage and the parking rage. But on top of that, I get pissed off at the stupidity of others more than anything. People's stupidity makes me more angry than anything. So food rage would be my worst. But the problem is when the food rage happens, the stupidity usually sits on my shoulders because the jackass that I am forgot to check it. because I had
You
faith.
do realize this is quick response answer.
Okay, the answer, to make it quick, is order rage because of the stupidity. The stupidity usually lies on me because I don't check the food for whatever reason when I usually do, and whenever I don't check it, it's fucking wrong. So the stupidity lies on me.
That's why it's worse.
It lies on me, but we're not going to excuse the stupidity of the asshole who made the food fucked up because they didn't understand how to make it plain to begin with. Can I talk to you about how annoyed I get when people give me shit for ordering pizza with no shit? No shit. Ordering pizza with no cheese?
I just really wish that I could go back in time and not ask you that question.
Why? It's a good question. Good answer. Ryan, you've played some sports in your time, some UFC in your day. Besides rolling around half naked with men, would you throw a good pitch or a bad pitch? Go.
Oh, I'd throw a good pitch. I played baseball when I was younger.
I played baseball too.
I would do exactly what Jerry Seinfeld did, where he did the over dramatic wind up too. You know.
Oh, it was good form. That was good form.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. He had the
probably why his pitch worked out well.
Lifted the leg up. And
yeah, there's technique to throwing a pitch. If you notice, none of the others did.
Flick that wrist.
Mm-hmm. Little flick of the wrist.
All right, buddy. Question back at you. You don't strike me as a major league pitcher. Would you be willing to make a bet that I could throw a better first pitch than you? Loser has to start an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'll make that bet because you know what? I don't look like a major league pitcher, but I think I'd be a great pitcher. I have no athletic ability at all, but I think I could throw a ball better than you.
Well, you saw a lot of those people that didn't have athletic ability threw the better first pitches than the people that do have athletic ability. So this is an age-old battle here.
But we've had this, speaking of age-old battles, like I've told you before, I am an athlete. I play the drums. When you lose that bet, what will your OnlyFans screen name be? Go. Because you're going to lose the bet. And when you lose that bet, and we'll document this and bring it to the pod.
It should be baseball related, right? It should be like Derek Peter.
And Derek Peter's a good one.
That's kind of stupid. Colin Ryan.
Colin Ryan. I mean, if you wanted to just get with any athletic person with a cool name, there's Dick Trickle.
Oh, he's a NASCAR guy, huh?
Yeah, I hate NASCAR, but maybe I'll go with Dick Trickle if, for God forbid, I should lose this, hypothetically speaking.
Dick Trickle. Seriously, dude.
Dick Trickle. Is that his real name?
That's his real name.
What was his parents thinking? And is his name Richard? Couldn't he go by Richard Trickle?
It's probably Richard. Well, dude, side note, we're all over the board today. It's all right. How did Dick come from Richard? How did Richard become Dick?
Somebody once explained that to me. Well, I'm going to Google it because there is an explanation for that. How did Richard become...
While you're Googling that, I'm going to ask you my last question of the day. Johnny, can I call you Bainchod?
Yeah, man. You can call me fuck your sister. I'm down.
Or Blastard. I like Blastard better.
I like Blasted Dick. Okay.
Blastard's better.
Okay, this is how it happened, Ryan Harris. Dick was chosen simply by rhyming names and nicknames that were popular at the time and rhymed it with Rick. Another nickname for Richard we still use today. We might never be able to shake the word's association with malanatomy, but it was used as a nickname for Richard long before it became slang for that.
It'd be like James is Jim, so you call him Tim? That's the thought process behind it, I guess. Huh.
Or my full name's Jonathan. It goes to Johnny, and you can call me Yanni.
Famous curly-haired musician, fellow
plays a horn, right?
Fellow curly-haired fellow.
Yeah, your tongue's fucking with you today, huh?
Yeah, I'm having a tough day. I'm having a tough day, dude. It's a slow burn today.
Slow burn's cool. I like the joints.
Oh.
Hi, Mrs. Harris. Hey, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for joining us here on the Whatever Buddy podcast. Another Ryan and Jonny
episode 21.
Episode 21. We've come a long ways, man.
Dude, no guest, no problem. Get out of here. Get out of here.
No guest, no problem. But before you get out of here, make sure if you are watching that YouTube, you subscribe. Or if you're listening on the Apple Podcast, you should subscribe. Leave a comment, good or bad. We love you either way. But until next time, we will see you next week. And hopefully we'll have a guest. And if we don't, we'll be here by ourselves, looking pretty as usual.
I dare you to send a bad comment. I dare you.
I don't
See you next time.
I'll accept it. See you next time. Have a great day.